Hello and welcome to my channel Dhiman Shorthand Institute. Please subscribe for more dictations like this. Ready? 5 seconds. Start. As far as Khadi is concerned, my own practical experience is that the Khadi board does not have sufficient number of centers, especially in the areas which are the most backward. For instance, in the Sundarbans area, which has only one crop a year and which is actually very poor and backward as far as industrialization goes, we find hardly any centers, either purchasing or training centers. The other thing we note is that the individual who is spinning at home does not know where to take the yarn because there is no publicity or propaganda to help the individual spinners to go and sell their yarn, with the results that although large amounts of subsidy are being given by government, it is not going to help of the majority of those who are today wanting some form of cottage industry employment. That is why I feel that it is very essential now that it is being done on a national scale, that government purchasing and training centers should be opened in the areas which are the most backward, so that we may notice this type of shortfall at a time when in every village to which you go, the women, especially the agricultural laboring women, crowd round you and ask you how you are going to give them some form of employment. The other thing I want to stress is the question of village industries. This is especially a thing in which a certain amount of research is also required. In these areas, I am afraid nothing has been done, although we approach the industries department again and again. Nobody in the village knows who is the competent authority to tell them how to approach government for help, for research, for the result of research, for production centers, for training, or for marketing. If we go to the sub-divisional officer, he is not able to tell us. The whole thing is in such a state of flux that actually the money which is being given is not being utilized by the people who are starving due to unemployment. Some of them have the technical skill also. Some are anxious to find new ways and methods of developing these industries. Yet that is not being done, and I am afraid it is one of the biggest drawbacks of this entire ministry, and it should be removed very quickly. I think one of the reasons why this shortfall is taking place is the big difference and gap between the sums of money for which we are budgeting and passing in this house and its actual utilization and reaching the masses who are so eager for employment and who are suffering from so much poverty due to unemployment. I am in sympathy with the observation made by the previous speaker, because as no one who has been connected with one of these boards, I have felt a lot of difficulties in expediting the work and spending the money allotted. I feel that the whole organization does not require modification so far as the aspect is organizational aspect is concerned. It is known for the government's method of doing anything is rather slow and tardy. The procedure is very difficult and prolonged. And here we have to deal not with one particular section of the people or industry fixed at a particular place. The whole activity is spread over the villages, long distances, and families whose condition the non officials are in the best position to know and appreciate. Here, the deputy secretary, or the under secretary is sitting in some office, or the deputy minister or minister is sitting somewhere surrounded by secretaries and deputy secretaries. He knows their point of view only. He is obsessed with certain formalities, etc. He is not obsessed with the condition of the poor people, and their difficulties are not realized so much as the difficulties of the secretariat. That is the real problem, and that has to be tackled. As a matter of fact, the question of having a statutory body has been hanging fire for a long time. The Khadi and Village Industries Board consists of a very good set of people who are very enthusiastic, who are people with missionary zeal. They have been doing this work all their life. They are on this board, but they find themselves handicapped because they cannot function independently. They are tied down by so many rules and regulations and all kinds of forms and formalities. We must trust these people who have devoted their life to this work. Their main aim in life has been to work for these people. It is high time that we made this body a statutory body. I understand that such a demand had been made by them, and I hear that even a bill had been drafted for that purpose. I would like to know why nothing has been done so far in that direction and why it was ignored. The Government of India should take immediate action in this matter.